2006 through 2009 was some of TV animation's lowest point. Disregarding Phineas and Ferb or Flapjack, Chowder, hardly anything in that time is fondly remembered today. Camp Lazlo, Squirrel Boy, My Gym Partner's Up, and all the live action being cranked out on Cartoon Network. There wasn't much going on, so this was the right time for Canada to strike the US with a cartoon!
Right now on Total Drama Island.
2007 was when we got Canada's finest import, Total Drama Island. I know it's pronounced island, but I will protest the English language until they fix this bullshit. A parody of reality shows like Survivor, getting a group of mostly teens on an island competing in challenges, and one by one they're voted off. Do the voted off ones die in a horrific murder representing a satirical Running Man, Battle Royale, Hunger Games type dystopian young adult novel 80s action throwback of bloodshed equaling entertainment?
No way! That's awesome!
Unfortunately, no, it's mostly teen drama and dookie jokes, but this show, I believe, changed animation. How? Well, let me explain. While different countries have different standards for what can be shown on TV, Total Drama Island had to edit out a lot of dialogue for America. Words like crap, freaking, or testicles were altered.
It's beef testicle, bourguignon.
Testicles?
It's beef meatballs, bourguignon.
Meatballs?
Most comedy-based cartoons in the US at the time were for ages 7 and up, yet Total Drama, despite the edits, still ended up with a slightly harder PG rating, parental guidance suggestion. Unless your parents suggested you to watch this, you ain't getting none of this. This was kinda risky. Would a PG rating invite an older audience in, or scare off the parents wanting appropriate content? The former. Total Drama Island was, at the time, Cartoon Network's most popular show. In this dark period, things were looking up. Then 2009 came around and they shot themselves in the balls by airing a bunch of live-action shows. This scared off much of their alumni, creators of classics like Powerpuff, Chowder, Flapjack, Kids Next Door, and others left to work at other TV networks. It didn't help their original shows like Flapjack and Chowder just ended. They had nothing. Cartoon Network was in ruins. But 1 year later in 2010 was the revival period.
What time is it? What time is it? What time is it? What time is it? What?
Oh my gosh.
What time is it?
Adventure time?
Yeah, man!
A new cartoon this April on Cartoon Network.
I feel they took some guidance from Total Drama Island as TV PG suddenly became the standard for the channel. Sure, Total Drama mostly used it for crude poopy jokes, but it also was a comedy that required viewers to watch in order so as not to spoil who gets eliminated. I remember going on Toon Zone message boards in 2008 and hearing people speculate the next episode of Total Drama. I'd never seen that before from a comedy cartoon, and now people are always analyzing or making fan theories on modern comedy cartoons today. It was the start of all these dedicated fandoms. Every time we get an over-analysis video on an insignificant moment or the 400 Teen Titans Go or whatever reboot rant, we can all thank Total Drama Island. Actually, you know what? This sucks. My career is a joke. Screw you, Total Drama Island. Onwards, we got more PG-rated and story-driven comedies from different networks like Adventure Time, Regular Show, and Gravity Falls. I feel Total Drama was the guinea pig showing older audiences wanted a little more out of their comedies without going full-on Adult Swim.
We're pushing the limits a bit because people say, oh, kids don't watch animation when they're that old, but we're giving them something that's full of laughs. It's right up their alley, and we're bucking a trend here.
The drama franchise carried on through several incarnations, but the one I'll be covering, as requested by CKTD fan of the Patreon review raffle, is 2015's Total Drama The Redonkulous Race. You know, this video would have made a lot more sense if you requested the first drama series, like what if I review that one day? What's left to talk about? Nothing. That's what. Thanks. You threw everything out of balance with your request.
I just I can't.
So exactly how many incarnations were there? For the most informed video review, I really should watch every single one that I planned on reviewing, which is the original and Ridonculous. Just to see how Ridonculous stands on its own, I'll watch that first. Yeah, I never watched the Total Drama franchise when it was on TV, I just passed it off as nothing but fart jokes. So here's me giving it a second chance.
I'm your host, Don, and this is the Redonkulous Race.
Redonkulous Race follows 18 teams of 2 who must race across the world, much like the Amazing Race or Rat Race without the Smash Mouth cop-out concert at the end. On their journey, they must collect these square blue envelopes containing challenges or instructions, which to me, these envelopes resemble Mordecai's discombobulated arm flattened out and mass-produced against his will. Metal. The episodes are structured as a series of gags, switching back and forth between how each character reacts to the same situation.
Whatever.
With so many contestants, a lot of them feel very one-note at first, and we barely get to know some of them. It very much reminds me of all the high school stereotypes you find on Tony Hawk's Downhill Jam, assuming anyone else watching this played that game. It feels like the show is constantly moving, but the pacing settles down on the episodes where they focus only on a handful of teams. That's when we get more characterization. Don't let the cluttered first episode scare you away.
Stop insulting and punching people. Can't you just play nice ever?
I play nice with you all the time.
Hey now.
Can you please keep it down? We're trying to think.
Don't worry, trying anything for the first time is hard.
Now, what I'd love to see more of are scenes where they aren't competing, maybe stuck on the same mode of transport and forced to interact with their competition. There is some of that, but more would be nice. Also, like real reality shows, why do we never see these characters' lives before entering this competition? Or how about cutting to their families and friends watching this show from home? You never see that. But about these teams, you probably guessed the Goth Team, Crimson, and Anui are among my favorites, but they're still very standard gloomy characters.
Insomniast gave a mare me no travel outbending. Most of our favorite bands are from Iceland, so yeah, we speak the language.
There's quite a few teams I wanted to spend my screen time with, like the determination of the police cadets, the endearingness of the father-son team, but overall, my favorite team, second to the Goths, are the daters, Ryan and Stephanie. They're the type of inseparable couple who you can just feel the underlying tension between their urge to love and or kill each other.
Excited. Neither of us has ever traveled before. There's so much to discover. Like, what do chocolate protein bars taste like in China?
I was just wondering that.
No way.
They are everything I don't have. The Total Drama series has always been the subject of criticism towards its character designs. I mean, yeah, it does look very blocky and it's not for everyone, but you have to appreciate how distinct each character looks. Every one of them needs to spread across different faces, body types, nationalities, clothing styles, even some different age groups in Ridonculous, as opposed to the all-teen cast of the previous series.
We're all dead, but that doesn't mean we're all.
Yeah, we got the same energy as all the other teams, from about 5 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Yeah, after that we get a little groggy.
Groggy? I haven't seen the moon since 2003.
These character designs have a familiarity to them, like you may have seen someone that looks like these people in real life. Hey, wait a minute, but it's very obvious some of these are based on celebrities who could easily sue the heck out of this cartoon at any second. You just frickin' wait. And am I the only one who noticed this? The LARP team has this guy role-playing as a wizard.
Leonard and Tammy, dedicated live-action role players. Whatever that is.
Pocatello Island was tough, but with Tammy's new spells, huzzah!
Oh, that is seriously Black Wolf the Dragon Master. You know who I'm talking about? That wizard who showed up in the Triumph the Insult Dog video taking place during the premiere of Star Wars Attack of the Clones.
I am Black Wolf the Dragon Master, New York's unofficial wizard, and don't you forget it.
All right. And don't you forget to finish your fillet of fish. Oh, Dragon Master.
Seriously, did anyone else notice this similarity? Most others would have referenced Star Wars Kid, but here we get a Black Wolf the Dragon Master reference. Is he still alive? Yes. Thank God the Eye of Sauron hasn't gazer beamed him to the planet Vulcan.
Seriously, have you ever talked to a woman without having to give your credit card number?
With how one-dimensional this wizard is, it's sometimes obvious who will get eliminated early on this show. So these character designs, as wonky as they are, I do appreciate. With so many incarnations of Total Drama, it's pretty notable they haven't updated their design to look like every other show today. You just don't see much for thick outlines anymore. Noble or just cheaper since they don't have to create new animation assets. This is Flash after all, and you can recycle stuff.
In a sea of characters, when there's 22 of them, they had to make sure that not only are their colored hair different, their sweaters different, but you have to be able to instantly spot any one of those characters on the screen that's maybe this big if you're watching on your iPod. So they have to make all their silhouettes shaped very differently, their arms are different shapes. They just had to find differences all across the board. It wasn't an easy job.
And if you're wondering, yes, it turns out 2 crew members used to work on Canada's similar-looking cartoon, Clone High. Mark Thornton, designer, and Ted Coiler, a director. Though Clone High is, to me, a much better show. I'm not big into the humor of Total Drama. It's typically slapstick and sometimes, again, dookie jokes.
Are you trying to ruin the show? Is that your plan?
But the banter does make up for it.
Get out of here! You're bad kids!
As soon as I saw the platter, I knew we were going to come in first.
I'm so excited. First place. Wow.
Coming up next, it's Total Drama Island on Cartoon Network.
As most of the teams struggle to finish the Geyser Challenge alive, the top 6 have reached the ice caves in Skavtevettel National Park, where their next challenge awaits.
But what's a reality show without a host? More tolerable. Actually, I don't watch reality shows, so no, it'd be more tolerable if they didn't exist, and if they all didn't have the same type of music. You know the type of reality show music I'm talking about? That kind. I hate it. I just freaking hate hearing it in every single reality show ever. But thank you, Total Drama, for not using that type of music so much, even as a parody. Wise man once said, even ironically, it's annoying. Though they dropped the ball on the intro theme song. They went from a pop-punk song shouting about to now just some typical instrumental score, and as a cartoon made in 2015, the theme song's only 20 seconds long. But yeah, the hosts. The host of the previous Total Drama incarnation was always Chris, this smug surfer dude who enjoys the suffering of the contestants.
Whoa, guys, don't want to panic here, but I'm shrinking. Right. How am I supposed to know what quicksand looks like?
Can you believe they fell for that? I set it up, but I didn't think anyone would walk into it. That's just great.
I've been told he progressively got more and more cruel and unfair with his rules to the point where some fans started to despise him.
First blood.
Redonkulous Race introduces a new host, Don. For my first viewing, he didn't really do much for me, and I wondered why didn't they just keep Chris around? But I evolved to appreciate Don. He's a more composed, fair, less cruel host who delivers everything with a dry, snarky wit.
9 teams wait anxiously at the airport to board flight number 2, which doesn't take off for another hour and a half. So we covered it with sad face stickers, which is hilarious.
So he does have that for him, but for now, Chris still has more personality. Now, just like real reality shows, the cartoon creators have to sign a contract to not spoil who gets eliminated. This franchise, in fact, was based off the ideas they surveyed from teens on what they love or hate from these shows, like physical challenges and the jerk characters getting their comeuppance. Total Drama started from lampooning Fear Factor and Survivor, but because Redonkulous Race is taking inspiration from The Amazing Race, I hear fans call this season a breath of fresh air. It also has the benefit of more variety in the scenery, as opposed to some of the drama seasons being stuck on the same island.
We gotta build a castle!
Dwayne might might be drowning, but he's right.
Near the end of it, I didn't care who got eliminated. I was just along for the ride. But I'd be lying if I said I wasn't actually caught up with the drama and rooting for some of their conflicts to be solved. For character development comparisons, the original does it better. It's slower pace, maybe too slow, but I like how Drama Island isn't always putting their contestants through challenges. Sometimes it's just them hanging out, and that's exactly what I wanted. If you make a good character, you wouldn't mind watching them just hang out.
It was like real cool working with you. You know, together as a team.
Yeah, I'm glad we got to know each other on a deep level and all.
Maybe this is what was missing from Cartoon Network at the time, just breathing room to know the characters when they aren't being funny. Between these two shows, I think overall I prefer the mellow pace and characters of Total Drama Island, though I hate Owen, he's annoying, and farts too much.
Hey, Owen, what now?
How should I know?
Dude, you said you killed a bear.
I was being theatrical!
No doubt Gwen is my favorite here. She's a goth character that has a personality. Also, as much as I rag on Owen's fart noises, he does have his moments. I can see why they keep bringing him back for the later seasons.
This is all your fault. If you hadn't been growling like that, we never would have attracted him to our site.
Excuse me for living!
Huh. I got a new message. You're exactly like Cody from Total Drama Island. Who was that again? Oh, right, that dweeb who's thankful to have one challenge where he gets to work with Gwen.
Yes, 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 it is so on.
Cody? He's like an annoying brother.
Oh! I thought this series was fun, but not always my type of humor. It's something that feels, I don't know what the right word is. Maybe obnoxious or way too in your face, I'm not sure.
Stop it right now. Promise you'll never do that again.
Even if it does have some annoying characters, they throw so many at you, you're bound to like one of them. What's worrying is, so far, there hasn't been word of a new Total Drama continuation. It's been 2 years since Ridonculous premiered, and nothing. It'd be a shame to end it when the fans feel the quality got a second win. But I guess the appeal of a story-driven cartoon isn't so special anymore when so many others are doing it now. Maybe the viewers burnt out on so much of this franchise that's been going on for over 10 years, what? But I don't think TV animation would have been the same without it.
The rest of you, enjoy your marshmallows. You're all safe. For tonight.
Yep, this camp pretty much still stinks. But now that I'm here, I guess I might as well actually try to win.
To the Screaming Gophers!
One island, 22 contestants, and a boatload of cold, hard cash equals infinite drama. Who will win it all? The pretty boy, the tough guy, or the hot girl? Probably not the big guy, though.
Hi, beautiful.
Or these two. Live the drama each week and find out who will win on Total Drama Island. Coming to Cartoon Network, part of Har Har Thursdays.